Inside Demon Athletics, where you can learn what goes on behind the scenes from an athlete's perspective. Demon football and volleyball lost their games this week. Volleyball played McNeese on Wednesday and then traveled to play Nichols on Saturday. Football played Southeastern Louisiana in Hammond and were defeated 49-0. It is important to note SLU football is ranked number 22 in the FCS, so they were up against a pretty tough opponent, given that our Demons are one of the youngest teams in the FCS. Demon Cross Country participated in the Cross Country Classic. 4 runners set new personal records. John Klein once again represented well and finished 45th, running a 24-minute and 28-second personal best. This was their last meet before the conference championships, which will take place in Natchitoches on Halloween. Women's soccer gathered another 6 points with 2 big home wins over McNeese and the University of Incarnate Word. The Lady Demons played their last home game of the season, and for the first time in 20 years, they went undefeated at home. They are now 1 win away from a conference championship with 2 games left in their regular season. Meanwhile, tennis and softball both competed in fall ball scrimmages to help fine-tune their skills before conference kicks off in the spring. Today we'll be talking to Riley Schweizall from Demon Softball to hear about their offseason, the new additions to the team, and her expectations for the upcoming season. Let's get into it. Okay, Riley, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Riley Schweizall. I am a junior here at Northwestern State. I transferred after my freshman season from Sioux Falls, and I'm from Nebraska, so I'm from the Midwest, a little bit far from home. But, Natchitoches is a special place, and I love playing my sport here and playing for these coaches.
Oh, that's so great. So you kind of touched on it that you were a transfer, but what did your journey to NSU look like?
Yeah, my freshman year, I was playing for new coaches that hadn't recruited me, and it was just not where I saw myself just being developed and reaching my full potential as a softball player. And so I entered the portal after a lot of thinking, and I ended up committing to Pitt State University, which is in Kansas. And after about a couple weeks being committed there, the coaches told us that they were also leaving. And so they asked me to come to this Division I in Louisiana. And I decided it was an opportunity I couldn't turn down. So now I'm here.
Oh, so you actually followed the coaches here. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So let's start with last year. Y'all were the youngest team in the conference, having only 1 upperclassman, which was pretty crazy. You now have about 13 juniors, so y'all were pretty sophomore heavy last year. 2 seniors and a grad. How do you think having more experienced players is going to help y'all this year?
It's been just a totally different atmosphere this fall. I mean, you can tell that we have more experience, we have more confidence, and just having played with the coaches for a year or two and knowing their expectations, experience is going to take us so much farther. I think we're going to flip our record on its head and just do a lot of damage this conference season. So it's very, very exciting.
And honestly, last year, even though y'all were so young, your record didn't really reflect it. But every single game, y'all battled till the end. I remember I had a film for ESPN, and y'all were playing. I think it was the number 1 conference team. I don't remember who it was. And y'all battled. None of them were really blowouts. So y'all definitely have a reason to be confident this year.
Yeah, we lost a ton of games by 1 or 2 runs. Just didn't have quite the pitching staff or the bats to pull out some of those games. So This year is very exciting.
Now, your conference season doesn't start until March of next year, but I know you guys have been putting in lots of work this offseason. What does your offseason schedule look like?
Yeah, we play 8 great games, I think, 8 scrimmages against community colleges, junior colleges. So we're in 20-hour weeks. We lift 3 times a week, go pretty hard at practice, 3 hours a day, and then have these 10-inning games once or twice a week. So it's pretty heavy. It doesn't feel like an off season, but it's not as quite exciting as spring. We always play at home, which is nice. But getting to beat up on some of these junior colleges is fun after the spring.
I bet. So about 2 weeks ago, y'all started playing these scrimmages. You've played about 3 scrimmages so far. The scores and stats don't get posted, but can you tell me a little bit how those scrimmages have gone so far?
Yeah, so last year we were not winning these scrimmages, which, I mean, they are very, very solid teams, very solid junior colleges, coached well. But this year, I think scores have been 12-2, 19-1. Just awesome seeing everyone hit the ball, top to bottom of the lineup. Just we're meshing all really well on and off the field. The team chemistry is amazing, and yeah, it's just so exciting to just hard. It's hard to sit in anticipation for spring to come for how well the scrimmages have been going.
Yeah, I know. Y'all got to be really excited to bounce back from last year. You guys added some new players to the squad, including freshmen and transfers. Have any of them stood out to you in these scrimmages so far? Or anyone you want to highlight?
Yeah, so we have a sixth year grad student, JT Smith. She came from Division II Tyler, which she has a national championship under her belt. She just brings a lot of experience, skill. I mean, she just has a very high softball IQ and is very good at all that she does. She's a very well-rounded player, and the rest of the transfers too. To be honest, a few of them also have a national championship under their belt from their JUCO, and then we have one freshman or a couple freshmen that have really stood out to me. One being pitcher Grace Burke. I mean, she throws it in there really hard, is spinning it. And then little McKenna Reinwald. She's small, but she is strong. She's fierce, and she has a great bat. So it's been awesome seeing her just grow.
And then I know there's still a long way to go before conference play, but what do you think this team is capable of with all these new additions?
I think we had practice for a week before our group chat, our text messages were saying, write this down, like 2026 Southland Conference Championships. So that has been the talk. I think that is the bar. And I think that is like what we're striving for. We're striving to sweep teams this season. When we didn't win a series this past year, it's going to be totally flipped on our head, and just kind of learning how to win and dominate. It's very exciting.
And I think it's also going to be kind of exciting, like no other teams get to expect it, so you can kind of shock the league too.
Yeah, I mean, even last year, I think our record, like you said, it
Yeah.
didn't show what we were capable of, and so teams were like, "Wow, like you guys are actually solid." And so, like this year, we're coming in with a bang. So yeah, Southland Conference, be ready.
That's so exciting. And then finally, I want to hear a little more about you. You're listed as a utility player, but I know you played a lot of third base last year, right? Where can fans expect to see you this season?
Third base again, definitely. Yeah, I came in as a shortstop, but apparently I have good reaction skills, or maybe I just, try and defend myself with my glove well enough to where they can stick me on the hot corner. But no, I enjoy it. I enjoy having to anticipate bunts in small game, and just third base is the last stop before home. So being able to hold runners there and do everything in my power and see how the play develops and just be a voice for the field.
Lastly, what is your walk-up song going to be this year?
Bass in Your Face by Zydeco Band.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, Louisiana classic. Coming
That's
from
good.
Nebraska, I was like, I had to do something with a little bit of culture in it. So
I love that. All right, thank you so much.
thank you so much.
Coming up in Demon Athletics, women's soccer will finish their season up against Nichols and Thibodeau on Thursday at 7 p.m. before heading to the conference tournament. Volleyball plays SFA on Saturday, October 25th at 12 p.m. at home, and then they will travel to San Antonio to play UIW on Thursday at 6 p.m. Demon football plays Lamar at home on Saturday, October 25th at 4 p.m. Go support your Demon football and volleyball teams as they both look for their first conference win of the year. And as always, Fork 'em Demons.